One of the symptoms of the problem is lack of education. Knowledge is extremely important in everyone's life, and people who are well versed in the subject can tell the difference between what is good and what is bad. The study supports the claim that a person who is trained in critical thinking skills from childhood will be able to distinguish between good and bad arguments, and that committing fallacies may have negative consequences for society. Our observation of factors that contribute to fallacies is to embrace other people and to protect one's self-image. Nowadays, the advance of social media is increasing day by day, hence the information whether right or wrong would be easily available and accessible. However, the users of social media are more likely to receive the information without examining the flawed arguments stated. Fallacies are errors in reasoning, whether deliberate or unintentional, that weaken an argument and the quality of its statement. The objective of this study is to understand to which extent the people in social media committed fallacies, to provide a comprehensive analysis of the extent to which individuals on social media engage in fallacies, and consider examining specific types of fallacies such as person ad hominem and appeal to ignorance. Utilize examples that illustrate instance of fallacious reasoning. This approach will offer an understanding of the prevalence and consequences of fallacious acts in social media interaction.
For the method that we use in order to collect data and ideas is by conducting quantitative content analysis within social media society. And the social media that we use is mostly Instagram, and we observe the comment sections and the posting captions in order to identify fallacious acts.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Roshra binti Muhammad and my matrix number is 2217372. So now I'm going to discuss one of the fallacy, which is argue against the person ad hominem. In this fallacy, the arguer attack his or her opponent personality or character instead of the opponent argument. Are the comment that I found. The first one is lagi mental beda suruh tutup aurat tapi tak nak tutup aurat. So this argument is a fallacy because this argument was against a person's personality, not against a person argument. So this could be proven as this statement indicates that the woman is mental just because she didn't cover her aura as she was supposed to do under Islamic teaching. Next comment is tepung lebih sikit kat lagi. So this statement is an argument against a person's personality as the statement was referring to the woman's face. So now I will pass to the next presenter.
Ignorance found under the video showing a protest happening in Turkey at a local Starbucks store. An Instagram user, OKMS.Y, commenting says that, "What did you do for Palestine that you find the right to make fun about people who do what they can?" This comment was replied by another Instagram user, Asumeh1999, which says that they are not making fun, they are appreciating what they did. While the replied comment seemed peaceful and moving towards a more positive assumption, OKMS.Y insisted on their opinion, which they deemed the truth. They then replied to Asumeh1999, "The audio in the background makes you think different." So clearly, there is a fallacy occurring where OKMS.Y tried to defend the argument and believe that their opinion is true just because this video doesn't suggest otherwise. I will continue to explain about another example of appeal to ignorance. The video that the comment was derived from is about a bombing attempt in one of the American high school that was then stopped by a 15-year-old Muslim boy. This prompted Instagram users to comment about his heroic and brave reactions. There is a user, Mr. Still Yoting007, commenting that says, "I love how everyone in this comment section is applauding him, settling aside religion. Salute to all of you and the mature hero." There's one user, Ipending Court Bates, replying to this comment that says, "Religion has nothing to do with literally anything. Hate there's people pushing their beliefs like the world revolves around them." He claimed that everyone is centering the arguments around religion. Clearly, he has the opinion that everyone who talks about religion is self-centered. While, as we all know, that claim is not true. Saying that religion has nothing to do with human lives indicating that he derived his conclusion out of hate and vague ignorance about the truth.
Hasty generalization is also a type of fallacy. Hasty generalization is a conclusion about the whole group of things that is drawn from observation of the typical members of the society. So here I have put a comment which is written by the arguer. In the comment section, the arguer assumed that the women in the video are the same as other people. So the arguer concludes such statement based on the experience and observation he had done from a typical members of society. This could be proven by the wording of "she is one of those" provided in the comment section by the arguer. Next is an appeal to unqualified authority. So in appeal to unqualified authority, the arguer will cite information from sources that have no authority, credibility, untrustworthy on subject. So this comment here is actually the continuation of comment that I have just mentioned before. Appeal to unqualified authority happen when instead of justifying one claim, a person cite an authority figure because people tend to believe in expert. So in this comment, the arguer was trying to prove his statement as something reliable by saying that he is specialized in human studies so that people believe him.
Another form of fallacies that is committed in social media is red herring. Red herring is when an arguer tries to divert others' attention to a different but closely related topics and conclude it as true. The video this comment was derived from is showing an Israeli UN representative. His speech was interrupted by China representative. The Israeli was asked to be respectful while presenting his speech as he speaks so rudely. There's one user that comments, "Proud Chinese here." However, this comment was replied with red herring element by Omnipotent Tomato that says, "Are you proud about the ego interment/concentration camps too?" Next evidence also shows that red herring element, where our user Vera_Diepman says, "Very well said by the Chinese representatives." It is replied with, "Now of that Chinese can inform us why they hide evidence of China virus." Why is it a fallacy? It is because the commenters divert the argument and not focusing on the speech. The Israeli speech was about UN Women Division, however, the argument was diverted to talk about China. The users believed that China was to blame for the pandemic virus and also earlier's concentration camp.
As for the recommendations about committing fallacies, our group will propose 3 possible recommendations. Firstly, to counter the use of a logical fallacy, one should first identify the flaw in reasoning that it contains and point out and explain why it's a problem. Educators especially should help the students to produce sound reasoning in their arguments rather than just focusing on the label to the fallacious statements. Next is by doing thorough research prior to presentation or giving speech. This can help ensure that data rather than merely personal opinions support statements. Additionally, it's essential to be mindful of how you phrase specific topics and ideas. One should refrain from using language that is too inflammatory or divisive, as this can lead to argument based on emotion instead of facts. And when possible, use specific examples that are backed up with real-world data or case studies. Lastly, policymakers should limit the dissemination of unlawful content and implement a law that makes it illegal to spread false statements or facts. Those offenders should be punished with heavy fines and jail time. As all should know that spreading something that is not confirmed the truth could cause harm and is unreliable to the public, as it could deceive people. And that is all for this part, and moving on to the next one.
At the end of the presentation, we can conclude that most of the users of social media are committing fallacies, especially on Instagram. There were numerous fallacies such as red herring, unqualified authority, hasty generalization, and many more. Hence, all of us should be aware of the fallacies in social media by having the knowledge to differentiate between the right and wrong argument.